morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I wanted to get another white paper review out here for you. I also have some gameplay involved in this. So it's a neat one that's coming out here. Um, it is called Harmonia Goya Lands. It is still in beta, so you can get in there very early. And this one's got a number of unique aspects to it that are a lot different than some of the other games that I've put out there. You'll see the familiarity, or it's more of a farming style game, but it also has a dedicated app that's launched for their phone. It's very 3D-esque. It's a pretty neat game. The other thing that I really like about it is they officially announced a partnership with Farming Tales. You all know that I'm a big Farming Tales fan, so there's going to be a partnership there with them, similar to what Farming Tales is doing with Unlinked, where there's potential that some of the NFTs between the Harmonia and Farmer Tales can be interlinked between the two games. So I love that. I love the building of the Metasphere. So I wanted to do a review of this. We'll go quickly through the white papers, and then I'll quick jump over to the beta version. I'll let you know how you can get involved in the beta version, give you a quick walkthrough of how it all works as of right now. Obviously, there's a lot more that they're going to be adding to it. So let's go ahead and actually, before we dive in there, I want to thank everybody. We are almost, and we may be to the 500 subscriber mark by the time that this video launches. So I want to thank everybody for subscribing, for really supporting us. I really appreciate everyone out there. So thank you so much. I wanted to make sure I added that in here at the beginning since we're getting to that milestone. So let's go ahead and dive in. What is Harmonia Goya's Land? This is a farming-based game. Initially, you will have these unique animals, um, anything from a bee to a interesting looking frog. Just the graphics are very imaginative. So it's neat that way. What makes this different than a lot of the other games is there's a neat story behind it. Also, as I mentioned, there's not very many NFT games that are really pushing to go mainstream with the application for basically for your phone and the desktop install. So this is not a web-based game. So if you're looking for a web-based game, this may not be the right one for you. But if you're looking for something that's down the road, an app on your phone, which I think is undervalued at this point in time because so many people download apps, and I think it's a way to really spread the message of a game. So they're trying to build that. So they actually do have an Android approved app out there, which is unheard of on the Wax chain. The only other phone app that I'm familiar with is Taco, but Taco's still going through some things where they need some approvals. Like they're more of a utility right now than really have the full game online yet, or within an app. You have to go through some extra steps for it. So it's neat that they've been approved. They do not have an iOS app yet, but they do also have a desktop client. So if you either have an Android phone or a computer, you can go ahead and play this game. I think I've gone through that quite a bit. So let's quickly go through the website itself. This gives you a show of the style of the game. Basically, you have a bunch of animals that you need to take care of on a daily basis. You get rewards for those during beta. You get this jelly as a reward that can be then converted once the live game goes live. In the future, you'll get different products. The story behind it is basically this mouse who's living on the streets of Paris. He basically is struggling just to find food, and he goes into a basement where he's trying to find this food, and he gets sucked in. I think he finds a Goya, I think they call it, and he gets sucked into this alternate universe where there are no humans. So it's his job and his friends' jobs to take care of the animals and do that farming, and he really thrives with that. So that's the story behind it. I love how there is an actual story behind it. It's kind of neat. There's going to be a number of collectibles from animals to skins, and I say skins, alternate uh, looks of the mouse that's here, trees, the coin, and we'll get into this when we get into the white paper. Like I said, it's a little bit unique. Right now they have the beta island open. I'll show you a gameplay of that here shortly, but it gives you an idea of what some of the things look like. I did buy a bee, so you'll be able to see that in game. Let's jump over the white papers. As I mentioned, it's a unique, and that's not even. Let me jump over to this white paper. Um, it's unique as far as the style goes because they are trying to get mainstream with the Androids uh, side of the house. They need to go ahead. It needs to be unique. It needs to be mainstream. So they're starting out with this jelly in the beta, and eventually they're going to have the tokens that are available. Um, if you look here, this is the governance token, the HMX. It's high value. So it's there to attract the mass market. It's in game. It's not necessarily tradable on Alcor. That'll be down the road where they have it tradable on Alcor. If you scroll down here, this is where the second token, unlike I'm reading right off here, is basically it's a tradable type of token that you can use and like any other NFT game. I won't go through a lot of the details because they're still very early. In the beta version, they have, as I mentioned, this beta jelly, and the beta jelly can you earn one a day for every animal that you have, and depending on the rarity of the animal, it depends on how many of those jellies that you get. Those jellies can then, when the game goes live, you can turn in for XP. So there is a benefit to getting in early, and I do have to say the animals are very well priced right now. So if you want to go ahead and test it, I think I got mine for my bee for 8 wax. I think it was in that range. Um, so you can go ahead and grab that. You can test it out, and I'll show you all that here in this few minutes. The beta, as I mentioned, what's live now is a very small, condensed version of it. Basically, you are taking care of your animals, you're doing these mini games, and that's going to be a big focus of this overall project. There's a lot of mini games that you do in it, so it's not like a full. And it may be down the road, at least from what I'm seeing. It's a whole bunch of mini games that you can do in your spare time. Earn jellies to start, and then coin down the road. It's very accessible over your phone. Let me scroll down. I don't want to spend too much time on the white paper because I actually want to jump in there and show you the game itself. I will be doing a follow-up video on this, uh, getting in more detail, especially when it goes live. So I can actually show you a whole lot more. They have the avatars, the animals, the pens. They initially in the beta give you, I guess it's a initial pen that allows you to keep your animals. Trees are not in game yet. Mounts are not in game yet. And so you'll be able to basically build out your house, your farm, uh, design in any way that you want with the different NFTs, and the different NFTs open up different mini games. And there's NPCs also in the game that'll help you down the road. Um, so let's actually go ahead. Like I said, if you want to jump in the white papers, you can go over to Harmonia Goya, and I'm going back to the website. I'll have the link to the website in the description. If you go ahead over to that, you can take a look for yourself. You can download it. You can take a look at the actual white papers and read through it. Like I said, I'm going to have a full second one. I don't want this video to go too long. I want to jump over and show you the gameplay. So let's go ahead over to the gameplay. All right, here we are. We're back into this. This is what it initially looks like when you first download the game. Like I said, there's an Android app which you can get right off the website. You can also get from the store for Android. I have an Apple phone, so I forget the name of the store. So I have to play it here on my desktop. They just released the desktop version. If you go in the Discord, which I'll have linked below, you can download the desktop. Very quick install. And then you go ahead, you create your account, you link it up to your Wax wallet, and then when you first log into the game, this is what it's going to look like. Uh, this is your mouse right here, and then in order to move around, you don't use arrows. You actually just click the button. Sometimes it's a little bit off because they're still in beta, but you just click to where you're going to go, and you can walk around this map that they have here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to where my animal is and just go through these. You can just walk right through, and they have the sound. They have music too. which I'm not going to play a lot of it because I think it kind of drowns everything else out. Let's go ahead, and this is where my bee is, right down here. So you go to your animal, you click on your animal, and it's going to show this screen. You can see I did one of the jellies yesterday. There's several things that you can do with your animal. First, give them some love. So go ahead and just you basically click on this, drag it over to your animal, and you just give them a little pet. And you saw how this bar went up. And your goal every single day is to get all three of these bars to go up. The next thing you want to do is wash your animal. So you go over to the little brush here, you click on it, drag, same thing. And you scrub your bee clean, and you see how that went all the way up too. And last but not least, and this is part of the mini game that they have, if I go ahead out of this, I should be able to see the berries somewhere. So you have to go run around here to find, there they are, and collect some berries. And I believe you need 3 berries. There's none. Oh, there you go. Now if you come back inside, you can feed your animal. And you see I have the berries here. Click it, drag it to them, and you see it went up by a third. All right, and now I completed basically all my tasks for the day. Like I said, this is beta. It's just to test all the functionality. This will expand quite a bit. I will get one of my jellies at the end of the day itself. And then eventually I can turn that in for XP down the road when the game goes live. A few other things that I wanted to show you is you can manage your pens from here by that little sign that's there. Click on that. It shows you what animals you have. You can, if I click on the view animal, it's going to go back to that same screen we just saw. You can turn on and off the music. You also have an inventory. Inventory right now is going to show the berries that you collect on a daily basis that allow you to feed your animals. In addition, they're going to have skins. You can go out to the secondary market and get different ones. They have limited time ones. I'm assuming down the road they're going to have additional ones. So right now it's very basic. It gives you an idea. I like the style. It's a very neat art style to it. The little island that they have here, they call it the beta island because it's only has a few things to it. Um, Unfortunately, I don't have, like I said, I don't have an Android, so I can't really show you the way it looks on a phone, but I think it looks very similar. So this is the beta version right now. A lot more to come to it. Like I said, I'm going to do another video when it actually goes live to show you all the fun details. You can check out the white paper. If you like this kind of game, let me know. And I guess my question down in the comments below, let me know if you're a fan of the games that have a mobile app to it. If that makes you want to play the game more, or are you okay with just the web versions that most games currently have? All right, I appreciate your time. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you all again. Thank you.